Yo, what is up guys, my name is Hakiii, and a lot of the time we like to focus on business locations specifically, but what about apartments and garages? So in this video, we're going to take a look at all of the different apartments and different houses we can buy. So specifically residential buildings, that's what we're going to focus on in this video. So let's go ahead and open our phone and take a look at the different locations, and these options are going to be inside the Dynasty 8 real estate website, so not executive but the regular one. Starting with stilt apartments, I don't really know why they call them apartments. They're basically just flat houses in Vinewood Hills, and there's a lot of different locations you can choose from. As you can see, you can go more on the left side. These are actually relatively affordable. 175k for a house in the hills is actually crazy. That's not very realistic, but I guess it only has a 6-car garage, while most of the better stilt houses do have a 10-car garage. So for example, this has a 10-car garage. It also has an amazing view as well. If you want to go for the best ones, you probably want to be in the center of Vinewood Hills, so these are going to be more like $700,000 or $800,000, and then some more on the right side. So most of the stilt apartments or stilt houses, I'll say, do have a 10-car garage, but the annoying thing is, to get inside of the 10-car garages, you actually have to go outside, so there's no direct door between the house and the garage, which is a bit annoying. That's probably my biggest pet peeve with these places. I mean, the location looks cool, you have some amazing views as well. Let me show you some of the views. This house, for example, I mean, look at this beautiful view. You can see other really cool houses with some pools in them, and of course all of downtown in the distance. They are cool properties, but probably wouldn't be my first choice, so I'll show you guys which ones I like a bit better later on. If you really want a stilt house in Vinewood Hills, definitely go for one of these center ones. They're relatively close to this road, which then you could go down into the city. Hands down, the best and possibly most popular spot for an apartment in GTA Online is gonna be Eclipse Towers. So this is Eclipse Towers right here. There's a bunch of different ones you can get inside of this building. The cheapest one looks to be $382, $373, yeah, so it's $373,000. That is the cheapest one you can get in this building. But if you want a penthouse inside of Eclipse Towers, it's gonna run you more like $900,000. I already own a lot of the penthouses in Eclipse Towers, so it's showing me a bit cheaper of a price. It might be a bit more expensive for you, so if you do have the extra couple $100,000 to spend, I do recommend the penthouses over the cheaper options like these ones, for example. Now, another reason the Eclipse Towers is by far the coolest property or coolest apartment type is because of the fact we can actually customize the interior of this place. I really wish we would have more properties with better interiors, especially if we can actually like customize the different furniture, kind of like Sims. I think that would be super cool to integrate into GTA Online. So all you need to do is pull up the interaction menu, apartment style, and then you can actually take a look at all of the different styles we have. These are a bit expensive, I mean about $250,000 on average, but I do think they drastically make the place cooler. If you want to go for like a 007 type vibe, one of my favorite ones is the sharp one. If you want something more colorful, aqua is definitely for you, even though I'm not that big of a fan of something this wild. I mean, it might be a little bit too aqua, especially the kitchen. This is way too purple. Like, I like the color purple, but this is way too purple. Seductive is kind of a vibe. It's a bit red, but like, I kind of like it. Vibrant, okay, this one's about to be extremely bright for $220,000. Oh yeah, this is by far the brightest thing I've ever seen. It's like Toy Story. If you're looking for something that reminds you of Toy Story, I feel like this is colorful enough. And then finally, Moody. Moody is a lot more low-key, so a lot of red on the walls, but the furniture actually looks really cool. The living area looks cool, I should say. Absolutely love these customization options, so highly recommend the Eclipse Towers penthouses. Let's move on to the next one. And unlike with the stilt houses, you actually have direct access from your apartment into the 10-car garage, which is awesome. So it's the same exact type of garage, but you actually have that convenience with Eclipse Towers, so I definitely recommend Eclipse Towers. Another great location that's extremely close to Eclipse Towers, that's usually a bit cheaper, is Tinsel Towers. It's a little bit closer to the city. It's a bit of a different interior, but honestly, they're both pretty cool. Tinsel Towers is arguably in a little better location. It's a little closer to, for example, like Los Santos Custom, so a bit more central. I really like Tinsel Towers. Definitely the second best option after Eclipse Towers, I would say. We also have some options close to Vespucci Beach. A lot of people like this area. I would recommend going for Del Perro Heights. It comes with a 10-car garage, and it's much more worth it and much cooler looking than a 2-car garage with this weird looking building. I've never owned one of these locations personally, but they are high-end apartments. They come with a 10-car garage. They're not too bad. 241K with a 10-car garage, that's a decent price actually. I swear, apartment prices are much better than business prices in GTA Online. If you want to be as central as possible, there's two main options you want to go for. The first one is Integrity Way right here, 235K. It's right across the street from Arcadius Business Center and right next to Maze Bank Towers, so amazing location for that one. Relatively affordable. This one's even cheaper though. This one, fun fact, was my very first high-end apartment I've ever owned in GTA Online when I was just a little kid. So great location, super central. It's literally in the middle of downtown. Up on the right side of the city, we have a couple different options. A lot of garages mainly. Not this one specifically, it's only a 2-car garage, but let me actually go to that area and show you how many different 10-car garages I have over there. So this is one 10-car garage literally in this location. The garment factory is technically a business, so I don't count that one. Another 10-car garage literally just up the road, and on the same street as this one, we have yet another 10-car garage. So if you want to get just a bunch of garages basically in the same spot, I really like this location. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe if you're new to the channel for more awesome videos like these that you don't want to miss. And if you want to keep watching, click the video on screen now for it. I hope you all enjoy that video, and peace.